You'll need a little ball for this. You can use a dumbbell as well, that's absolutely fine. I would imagine you can use a kettlebell as well, but if I show you, I'm using a 5 kilogram ball, so I would aim lower rather than higher. It's quite difficult, to balance in your half V-up when you've got a weight in your hands. So your sequence, and you will do this 5 times before moving on, is you do a half V-up, so up to this V-sit, and back to the floor. Woo. And then on the 5th one, obviously that was my 4th one, but on the 5th one, we'll stay there and do 10 Russian twists. Then you go back to your 5 half V-ups. Okay. For the beginners, you can take your weight out of the equation. So you are going to do, starting with your knees bent or straight on the floor, but bent is a more beginner position, and pull yourself into your half V-sit, so you can keep your weight nearby, because I think you're all at a point where you can do Russian twists with the weight, or if you're protecting your back, Russian twists. Okay, once you've completed your 5, you're going to do reverse crunches, making sure that you accentuate the return. I'm sure you remember the Pallof press. You're going to pull the band into the midline of your body, engaging your obliques. From that point, you're going to extend out in front of you. Remember to bend your knees slightly. And you're going to do 10 extensions one way. Pull to the center line of your body, standing nice and tall, slight bend of the knees, and 10 extensions the other side. And that little circuit you're going to repeat 4 times. Okay, so your workout starts with 100 bent leg bridge, 90 bicycles. If bicycles are uncomfortable for you, you can do unicycles, and then just do 90 in total. Then 80 crab walks. So you're going to stick your band around your knees and your ankles if you have 2, and do 80 steps of crab walk. Come back to your mat, do your 70 sit-ups. Okay, when you're moving on to your squats, keep your ball behind your back. Work on getting as much depth or through range of motion as your knee currently allows. So slow the squats right down, and try and don't push low, feel out how low you can go, and then really squeeze those glutes as you're coming out of that squat. And then you're going to finish with 50 Russian twists, or single leg deadlift. Don't rush either of these. Make sure that you have completed the rep before you start the next rep, so no momentum. Just a reminder, ball squeeze bridge, you can use a towel, but use a fat towel, something that you're going to have to apply some pressure to. Pop that between your knees. Don't put your feet like this. Make sure your feet are quite narrow. Squeeze the ball. Keep squeezing as you push your hips up towards the ceiling. With your rollouts, I want you to start and finish standing. So roll out. And stand. So today you're starting with 3 position mini band arches. You guys would have done bow and arrow with me before, so it's a similar kind of movement to that. But if you can tie your band into a smaller loop, or you have one of these mini bands, this would be ideal. So you start with one arm in front, pulling the other arm back to your shoulder 10 times. Then you're going to arch or raise your bow towards the ceiling and pull it down towards your shoulder 10 times. And then you're going to drop down towards the floor and pull up towards your shoulder 10 times. Then you're going to change sides. So 10, and then up for 10, and then down for 10. So it's 10 on each side. Then you're going to do a seated row, but it's a single arm. So you're either putting your band around your foot and pulling one arm in only, or you're going to make it even harder by putting both ends in one hand and pulling against resistance there. Watch that you are not losing the set of your shoulders. Rotate your shoulder blades away from your ears and pull your hand towards your rib cage. Don't bring the elbows, it's a close pull. For those of you who have rings, obviously you can single arm row with your rings. Moving on to your tempo push-ups. So you can do these off your knees, but I really want you to accentuate the time you take to complete the rep. It should be 4 counts up and 4 counts down. So more or less 8 seconds per rep. That's why you're only doing 5. So don't do it in 2 seconds. So remember, with your push-ups, rotate your elbows towards the front of the room. The inside of your elbows should face forward. Then you're going to drop down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't change if you're doing them with your knees. Rotate your elbows forward. Look where my shoulders are in relation to my wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're going to do them off a box, all rules apply. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rotate your elbows forward. Look where my shoulders are in relation to my wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Just a reminder, sumo deadlift high pull. Make sure you're pulling into your body. Okay, don't pull out here. Between your feet to collarbone.